pressure out of it, nothing came out. So next thing you do, you got to loosen this cap up. Pull all these screws out. 1/4 threads. There's a snap ring on here you got to take out. You got to push that down in order to expose the snap ring. Just take a little hit and pop the snap ring right out. Now the shock is ready to come apart. Now the shock is apart and it's ready for doing work and anything. I got these apart, so I'm just going to change oil on it. I'm going to go work on this piston here. This is basically the whole heart of the whole system right here. It's the shock right here and the piston. Stack right here, piston wear band. The first stack right here is the rebound stack. If you want to adjust your rebound, you need to go to these first washers right here. This is called the rebound valving right here. What we need to do is we need to take mice, measure the thickness of the washers. How you adjust the shock is by going to thick or thinner washers. This one right here, when you put a mic on it, it measures out at 12,000 thick. That's how thick the valve was. A linear stack. It's 12,000 all the way through. So if I wanted to adjust the rebound valve on the shock absorber, a thicker valve washer, these are 20,000 thick washers. So mic's out at 20. These valve washers are much more rigid. Valve washers act as a check valve, as a flow path. There's two separate flow paths through the piston, and each flow path is controlled by these valve washers, which act as check valves. Each path is individual and separate from one another. These valvings are much thicker than these. These are real thin. These are 12,000 thick. These are 20,000 thick. Like leaf springs on a truck. The thicker the pack, the more resistant. Same with the shock pump. If you needed to rebuild the shaft or change the seals, you pull all this off. You pull this out and change the seals on the seal head. It works very similar to changing the valving or changing the seals. I'm not doing anything to this shock. I'm just changing the oil on it. So I'm just going to put it back together. I'm going to put all the original valving and everything back on it. You got to make sure that everything goes back together exactly how you put it apart. Just need to snug it up. Don't over tighten it. Lock it. Just snug. That's all it needs to be. Shaft has a few marks and stuff in it, so I'm going to polish the shaft. I'm just going to take it to a cotton buffing wheel, polish it, make sure there's no high spots or anything. Back together. not really tricky, but it needs to be done correctly. What I'm going to do is there's a floating piston in here. Well, I need to set the piston to the correct depth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little pressure in. That pressure, the shock has no oil in it. That pressure that I just pushed in here automatically set this piston to full compression before. So now I have to let this pressure out. Now there's no pressure left in the shock. Now that this piston is set to the correct depth, this floating piston is at full compression. It's right here, which is where it's supposed to be when you're filling the shock. I'm just going to pour the oil in about an inch below the snap ring groove. Because these are bypass shocks, they tend to get air trapped in these blue tubes. There's two ways you can do it. I can put a cap on here and turn the shock upside down, or I can pull all these check valves apart and then bleed these. The rebound tubes, they will self-bleed. These compression tubes will trap air in them. So there's two ways you can get the air out of these tubes. You pull these check valves out, or you just put a cap on here and turn the shock upside down. This right here, air always rises. So the air right now just came out of those tubes and came up here. Now when I turn it back over, all the air is out of the shock absorber. The oil level is about an inch below the snap absorber brake. Now this O-ring is hit right here. So I got to push this in more farther. When I push this into the bore, it will hydraulically set this piston in the reservoir to the correct depth. That just automatically, the distance I pushed it here, pushed it back about an inch and a half. Cap down just so I can get the snap ring in. Like such. And that's pretty much it. It's real basic, real simple. Now all you gotta do is recharge the shocks, put pressure in it.